there are 3 levels.
Yes.
For work, because most in the list, the 6 applications, they are mostly applications.
Yes, yes.
The 6 applications that you listed. Now, the first level is actually system development. There's nothing to be done there, is it? The 2 systems are already there. The two main ones. What do you call it? Just to translate.
I share the screen, then you'll be able to see also.
Yeah. The SiSTeCAS and the SiSTeCAT, they are already there, is it?
Yes.
They are already there. So there's no work. No, back to first slide.
Okay. These 2 in between.
So all the boxes are already there.
Yes, but still have room to improve, of course, especially the user interface and also the integration of the complete workflow. At the moment, what I have are individual module to test on the tools are usable, the existing tools, and it's quite good. So next is how to integrate this into a workable system with the right workflow.
Okay. Anyway, that is in fact, that first level, it has 2. One is going inside the system, like the just to translate is yours, right?
Yes.
But the others are not. Are they?
The others are all developed, but they are simpler in the sense that I use most of the existing tools. Yeah, only the SiSTeCAT is more complex because I'm using the SiSTeC and whatever.
Yeah. Okay. So that's one level. One level is to actually the system development and system improvement. Okay. Another level is for the user interfacing.
Yes.
Vincent, I was saying that there are four levels of work. One is the system development, which means can be improvement of SiSTeCAT, can be improvement of all the other systems. That's more for IT people, computer science. And then another level is the system integration, which is part of the first one. System integration, which is where beautification and making sure everything runs smoothly and also getting the editing tools and whatnot. Those are not very deep computer science, but that's another level of work.
Yes.
But the third level is actually what's it called? Service people. That means people who want to offer services like the subtitling services. That means they use the tool and they offer services. Their clients will be those who want subtitling or wants to translation of. So those are they are like translators.
Yes.
That means they are official of subtitlers and whatnot.
Yes.
And then a fourth level would be those who just want the results.
That user.
The one who just want the results in very particular domains. So, for example, like the law, the law and the the Taiwan. So those are probably internal people in a law firm or in whatever who actually want they can work on them on this using the system, but they are not interested in selling anything. They just want for internal consumption.
Yes.
So
Yes.
if you're looking at grants or looking at that, so these are you write proposals differently for different people, for different levels. So for
Yes.
example, the first level is very much science fund. These days they don't call it science fund anymore, but I don't know what they call. But yeah, the first level is more on very core computing. The second level is more applied, very applied computing. So you can actually have it for commercialization, like Techno Fund last time. Yeah, and these are for computing people, but also mixed with business. The third level, they are more interested in getting producing the translations or producing the videos for clients. The fourth level are internal.
No.
So you can't really get grants. The fourth one, I suppose it can be funded by maybe the Thais, or can be funded by whatever the law one. The third one, I'm not too sure. These are mainly probably for what's it called. If there are grants, then there are grants more for what's it called, companies set up.
Yeah, those
So they are very different.
Provide
Yes.
services.
Yeah, but the number 3 are the ones who can actually, number 3 and 4 are the ones who can actually provide content. So for example, the BKB, you need the BKB in the SiSTeCATI, right?
Yes.
They are the ones who can provide the BKB, number 3 and number 4.
Yes.
So like I said, when writing proposals, they have to be targeted differently.
Yes.
For the moment, is number 4 heavy?
Not really. Christian. For the moment, is all 3 levels. All levels have potential.
No. I'm saying the projects. Okay, you go through application number 1.
Yes.
Go through slides. Slide 2. 2.
Bonjour.
The time.
Bonjour. Go. So slide 2 is more for level 2.
This one is 1 and 2. I listed up all the tasks. So it depends on this is over the level 1 or is the one integrating over the level 2.
Okay. Yeah. But the way it's written is very much more like level 2.
Yes.
No, there's no deep what's it called,
Detail.
Yeah, detail in there. Okay, you go to the next one. This one is an application already, right?
Yeah. This is actually the first potential applications because these people in Myanmar, they don't understand English. So they say, okay, assisting NLP2, what can be done to translate a talk into their language?
But
so,
are they level 3? Are they service providers or are they users?
User.
Users, so level 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I think the rest are all level 4.
Okay, level. Okay. Yeah. Level 3 at the moment, no. Yes, but
so
this one for level 2. One potential one is our long-term friend, Devon Edger.
Yeah.
He would like to use his Devon Edger to integrate with the SiSTeCATI API. to combine it.
SiSTeCAT or the old SiSCAP?
No, SiSTeCAT.
Yeah. Okay, not the old SiSCAP.
No, that one tak boleh pakai. Okay, so SiSTeCAT, I actually can also set up as an API server. So, for example, here, this is their website. This is their website. So, at the moment, they have this kind of facility, but it's actually an extension to the Microsoft Office. So when you have a Microsoft, they will have the last window menu. So over there, they start adding in the spell checker, grammar checker, and also the typing. You can predict what is the next word.
And they want to provide the services free.
Not really, because they are actually selling this as a product, and they have many buyers already. So inside here, there's one, apart from spell checker, grammar checker, and the smart typing, there's also a translation interface, which is very simple.
Who are they?
The TNT, the named technology you visited last time near Cyberjaya.
Okay. What's the difference between this one and the next one, the other law one?
The next one is using the open source.
Yeah,
this
but who are they?
Medcap open source. This one is over the internet. A system like this is an open source system. So here you have a sentence to be translated, and you click on it. There will appear the automatic translation for you to edit.
Free.
Free. Not only free, it's open source for anyone to extend further. So we can just take this and then start adding the SiSTeC, Luca, or whatever.
Okay. For Christian, are you là?
Oui.
Yeah, right. Now, for your benefit, I was just asking because Vincent and you were not here yet. I was just asking what exactly the Yakong is going for, because if they are going for grants or going for projects, there are different levels. Level one are for system developer, designers and developers. So they will be working on the boxes like SiSTeCAT on this. Those are the ones that can go for science grants or R&D grants. Level two would be those integrating the system and building user interfaces like task 1, task 3, 2, and 4. Those are more for pre-commercialization grants, if going for grants. Level 3 are for service providers. That means they want to provide services for subtitling or whatnot, and they have the potential of getting data, putting in data for the BKB. So I don't think there is a level 3 here. Maybe the
ASEAN law.
The ASEAN law may be a level 3. Level 4 will be specific users. They are usually in governments. What they want are actually the final results, not of the system, but of the subtitling or translation and whatnot. And so when one goes for proposals, they have to be written differently, and your expectation should also be different. So that's my take from the slides. But anyway, at the moment is level 4 heavy.
Oh, okay. This one and then this one.
Yeah, the other one may be level 3.
Which one?
The service one, the one with the
Yeah. This one is actually a complete integrated system. We just plug in the API, extend the user interface.
I do not know whether there's still the what's it called, the pre-commercialization grants or the company setup grants. If they are, then they should be applying, and then you can help. You can be working with them.
Yeah,
I don't follow the grants these days.
Under the MOSTI, they have 4-level kind of grant, depend on the readiness of the technology. And every level can partner with the commercial entity. Actually, they don't have pure science fund already, I think.
Yeah. Now I think they have only a FRGS.
Okay, FRGS is, I don't know whether the higher learning education still offering it, but for MOSTI is basically the 4 level of funding.
Oh, the Thais, what do they want? How do they want to approach it?
I think, okay, Christian.
Yes, did everybody receive a copy of what Professor Sherman answered to you about what they are doing already? And he is doing with his group that kind of integration and with real applications.
Yes.
Not for the 30 languages they are handling. They are handling them in total, but they have different kinds of applications with or without voice, monologue, dialogue, whatever. The thing that he says is that they, to this date, they don't go for integration with post-editing the ASR or post-editing the translation result. Okay, I don't know, but it would be good to tell him that we would like to have some real cooperation with him. That would mean that this technology would find its way in some parts of their services, or that they could be used as, like you say, the best MT for law in law, and I mean here law written in Thai and having to be translated into English. You see, so this is something that exists, and I mean, if you have a service to provide, it's something they probably cannot do is to provide something for Thai to English law translation. That's possible. Okay, but what would you like to really propose and ask for grants, etc.? I think that's deemed to failure. You will not get grants or even clients. And something you say about law translation, you say something, if I understood the slide, you say, but find the best MT for law translation. But the problem is that you will not find any that is good enough. You see, if you take an existing Thai English system and you try to use that for law, well, you will perhaps gain 25 minutes per page, or take 25 or maybe more minutes per page of post-editing, which is not any better than if translators use simply the translation memory, which you would have got in the first place. So you see, so the situation here is to do like Puriken has done for WIPO and for the United Nations in Geneva, namely to build some accelerator of machine translation for an ongoing translation service that has some needs and is funded by other sources. So this would make sense, but and in the slide I failed to see any reinjection of post-edited sentences to improve the empty system itself. So, of course, because if you take an existing empty system like Google Translate, you have no way to improve the system by specialization unless you work in cooperation with Google. So that would also be a possibility to take as a first stage of the system any system of Professor Scher, for instance. Then we could reinvest updated, no, post-edited translations for this particular subdomain into his system, but then it means that he would develop his specialized system for Thai English in law. In the meantime, of course, you could do the same with the SiSTeC, right? And as time goes, we would see which one is better as a translation accelerator. That is the only measure that counts in that case. So, and we should concentrate on something for which there is a need. And today, I mean, for your situation and what we discussed before, and from Asani, from what Achan Asani told us, I see this as a possibility, but only if there is an ongoing, say, activity organized, funded, with a few professional translators that post-edit the result, and they must be in a way professional, at least of law, and then knowing perfectly well the sub-languages of law in English and in Thai. So if we do have that, we have a case, I think, to aim at something concrete. Otherwise, I don't know. What do you think, Vincent? Hello?
Yeah. So thinking, of course, you mentioned this last time that we have to start from some need somewhere, which has funding capability. Of course, I cannot disagree.
Yes, I think, of course, the most convenient setting would be if there is existing commercial entity, for example, like this Day One Asia and the Professor C scenario, then they will be able to provide the level 1 and level 2 for this system. And then we will work with them to improve the efficiency of post-editing. And it can be in terms of making use of the SiSTeCATI API to help them process the translation memory to a richer level, and then to see the various kind of lookup can speed up the translations workflow. That would be the most ideal situation where it can start immediately. And then since they also have their user, they will be able to test on with the system before and after.
Nyakong, this is very, very difficult to follow you because you propose a lot of various things and the aims are not so clear. Zarin has said it also. So to clarify, one thing, now the overall goal for you to start all those efforts towards finding a project, etc., is to develop the SiSTeC technology with in any of the domains you have envisaged. Okay, not all at the same time, but at least to find one domain to do that. Okay, so to be able to amass translation memories and have a chance against general purpose empty systems, well, you must find a sub-language, an activity, and do what Pouliken said. On our side, right now, we see only one possibility in the picture, where there would be some demand, some group of people working regularly to translate from Thai into English in the low domain, and provided this need really exists, that is one project. Okay, in that project we can try to use only SiSTeC, or to use several other systems with the same translation memory. People can reactivate their own say Moses systems or whatever, or write a system like Pouliken with neural nets and the like. Okay, so this would have some research aspect, as I detailed later. Now, for other needs, for video, etc., I don't think we have final client users, etc., identified simply at this point. But we could, if that need would be manifested by Professor She, because his company actually services customers for different needs. So one case is, as I mentioned, Huawei, but they have other customer founders, etc., or the video industry. Recall that he worked on videos and subtitles since 2005. If you don't remember, I remember pretty well. He had 20 million bytes of subtitles, etc., and developed. This is how he started to switch from rule-based system in the Neon time, from 2000 to 2006. 2006, he went to memory-based, say, translation, so near to SiSTeC, but actually at that time it was a kind of Moses, where they built their own decoder, etc., and they used an enormous corpus of videos. And if you look at his demos, you also have subtitling in other languages, etc. So I think here we might have it is something he said not so clearly in his message, that he's doing a lot of things, and maybe some things would be complementary. I don't know which ones. You had to discuss with him what they would need. You see, and what they could add. Probably what they would need might be some API to do integration, etc., which they may not have developed, because it's a lot of work, and I'm not sure that he has a team to do that kind of integration for special clients' needs, etc. So we might actually ask him what he thinks, because if we try to get some grants to mimic what he has done since 2010, I don't think we will go very far. You see? So one, the Thai English project here, we might actually integrate his system and have one of the empty systems used might be his system, but adapted or specialized, a version of that system that would be specialized to those low translations. that would be quite clear for him. And also, we might have for other types of usages a demand for him or a readiness from him to integrate not MT because he has the MT systems, okay, but all the APIs, the flow of translation, the say accelerator MT translation accelerator shell in a way or environment that with access to the online dictionaries or lexical databases, translation memories, etc. I don't think he has that kind of integration. He produces MT.
Yes.
And also, when speech is concerned, he tries hard to try that avenue where you translate signal and from signal to signal without any clear let's say, separation into 3 steps. Okay. Now, he could be interested, he always has been, in UNL. He's the one to have produced the first enconverter and deconverter back in 2001, when we had the UNL meeting in Suzhou. That's something else. Then it means really to translate, maybe with neural nets or whatever, or maybe translation memories, SSTCs, or plain text signal to signal translation memories, but stop at one point, produce UNL. And that would be palatable to him because he originally and still is interested by AI. He was said, I mean, he has the chair of AI in Xiamen University. And of course, that is an avenue of research where by stopping in the middle at UNL, you could get explanatory, how do we say, explainable machine translation. Then he would probably be interested, but that would be a research aspect. OK? Et Zarine, qu'est-ce que tu en penses? What do you think,
Oui,
Zarine?
oui, je suis tout à fait d'accord. Mais c'est qui ça exactement?
Le professeur Che?
Yeah, oui.
C'est le petit génie. He's a genius. The guy is in machine translation since at least 1998. And he won all competitions. So he very early he was professor for artificial intelligence, etc.
From where?
Xiamen.
Xiamen in China.
Xiamen Tashue. Xiamen.
Oh,
Amoy.
China.
In old times it was called Amoy.
You also know, okay.
But Amoy is in Fujian, no? That other Chinese language. The language they speak in Formosa, that is in Taiwan.
Hokkien.
Hokkien.
Okay, Taiwan is just very, very near to Xiamen if you look at the map.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
So he built the neon system in about 2000, yeah, something like 2000. He had the fastest system on the web already, translated between Chinese and English by using dependency grammars, etc. All programmed in Pascal, which Pascal, I forgot which Pascal, anyway,
That's Pascal.
by himself, all programmed by himself.
Wow.
And 5,000 words a second he could translate at that time, and you could get the text, the web page with the app translation appearing alone or appearing under the corresponding segment. Okay, so from until 2006, they got here, his team, they got the first prize in annual competitions in China. And then they moved the slide to statistical MT because of funding, and also because it made it possible for them to build systems without knowing the other language. And this is what they did for Tibetan. So remember, I came with Jean-Claude. We came to spend 1 day, 1 or 2 days there. A few years back, maybe in 2015, 2010, I came for this project. You had, remember, Darina? What was the name of the project? But it was a Malaysian project. And 5 years later,
I cannot remember.
never. Then anyway, I went there at that time.
Oh, okay, I know the brain game.
Yeah.
We invited you. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so now you have, and he started this startup. It's just across the road from the university in Xiamen a few years back. They have enormous equipment, very powerful. How do they say? Well, the neural net machines, NVIDIA machines, etc.
Oh, NVIDIA.
And they have turned to neural MT and also to speech processing. Sometimes, and sometimes they develop for Chinese, English, some languages they can develop themselves. Otherwise, as he said in his email, he will take ASR from off the shelf at this moment. So he's very, very nice. He gives away his aligners. We have sent the empty system. We don't know which one will give the better result. It might be dependent on the precise sub language, etc. So it makes sense to try to have 2 or 3, like they say, empty engines, which I mean they're simply empty systems, and try to feed them if they can understand, they can be improved by learning in some sense. Then try to do incremental improvement of the 2 or 3 on which we have our hand on, and see what happens.
Okay. I think that one.
See.
We can always call the difference machine translation and then annotate it and see.
No, we without annotation, because if you will have to try to produce the annotations automatically from the post-edited sentences.
Yes.
Otherwise, they will always say it's not. I mean, it's too much work.
Of course, you have to be hidden. When they post-edit, we actually capture what they have post-edited, and then.
And we can reconstruct our own annotations, maybe from some UNL representation at some point. When we do a conversion from what they produce, or each system produces in English, and try to map that back to annotations. We can of course reconstruct. That is by post-editing. Where after post-editing we can reconstruct by deconversion. You see, following those structures we have at some point. That's a matter of technical detail, but something in the overall picture means that the work should to improve the translation memory itself should be automated as far as we can. We can have coefficients, for instance, for dictionaries. Okay, I know full well that if you take the aligning mechanisms like Animaline or the others, and you prepare translation tables with Moses tools, of course you find lots of alignments that are very bad. But if you take those with over 90% of confidence as a score, the confidence score you have for each pair, then those are quite okay. I mean, 95, 90% okay. So here you reduce totally a part of this indexing. But the exact thing which can done, it should be simply called post annotations, something like that, automated annotations. Yeah. And then we'll see which technology is actually most appropriate to do that. It might be some kind of rules. If we find typical errors, then okay, but it could be also based on CRF, on neural nets, on whatever.
Yes, agree. I think for my current SiSTeCATI now, I can do automatically behind.
If you something you should try to as this kind of experiment where you ask him to see what happens with your system and his system. He can do Chinese French. I have seen him do Chinese French by speaking on the microphone, something a presentation of his slides, and we would see the output in French, not pronounced when I was there, but okay, you can branch a speech synthesizer, TT, the text to speech, and it was quite impressive. Huh? So anyway, and the reason you could see what happens and then how to improve.
Sure. Yes.
So on some examples, you have starting from Chinese or going into Chinese, because in both directions, you both know English and Chinese. So he could get an idea of, before you embark into the real cooperation with him, he would be ready, I think.
Yeah, from a quick look, most of their system is actually quite impressive.
Yeah. I told you he was the winner of the overall competition in China from 2001 or to 2006. In 2006, they moved towards statistical MT with their own decoder, etc. And they were only second because because this is when they invited me. It was in 2006, some symposium with Europe and China about overcoming language barrier, etc. So that is when I first came to Xiamen. But at that time, they did not yet have this, the firm, the startup, which is already exists now since 10 years. They were simply in the lab. So the startup started about 2000, I don't know, 12, 15, something like that. It was very new when I came there the last time. And the last time was, when was it? Dalian, yeah, 2019. I went there in October 2019. So they have a nice building, and on the top of the building, two stairways, two levels, just across the road to where they have their lab in the university. So,
right.
Qu'est-ce que tu en penses, Zarine?
Je ne connais pas, mais
You should go to their website and have a look.
okay.
All in Chinese. But they have yes.
But maybe they have produced something to get the pages in English.
But
Most probably
he's
they
an
have it.
expert in translation, so he should
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah, but most probably they have done it.
I try to look for those with English one. I send email you all the link.
Okay.
But it's quite impressive. It's a very impressive R&D and commercialization effort.
Yeah.
We seldom see university doing this.
Yeah, that's quite rare. They don't do it in Beijing, I think. And actually, it was back in 2006, we got a very good contact with the professor of French at the university. They work together. But now this guy is in Shenzhen also, or Suzhou, I forgot. But anyway, that was one of the first reasons to know about them, and it was because of the cultural attaché, I think, in Shanghai, or in comment c'est pas Shanghai, not Shandong. Ah, bon, enfin bon, j'ai oublié le nom de la grande ville qui est sur la côte.
Shenzhen.
Canton. Canton. What is the name of Canton in Chinese?
Guangdong.
Guangdong. Okay.
We
have V. I see we have V.
Yes, V is here.
Good morning, V. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine.
So did you get the first part of the meeting or not?
No. I just joined a few minutes ago.
The recording is there, so.
So you can send him the recording?
Yes.
Okay. So now maybe you can sum it up for V.
Okay. Yeah, so we will try to look for existing system so that it can be used directly to do the ASEAN law. And with the existing system, we will try to probably test different machine translation and also automatic annotation behind to see what kind of further improvement we can have to the existing system.
Sorry, Yakong. Can you continue this a bit later? I have to leave in about 7 minutes because I have to go to MMU. But I need to ask V something. The project, the Thai politicians, this one, what exactly is the target and who wants it and who's funding it?
It is not concrete yet, but if there are anyone who will fund, it should be Thai Parliament.
No, V. What are you saying? So for Zarid, we saw last time, and we got even a link by V, that there is an activity producing translation of laws, bills, or whatever into English. And this you access on the website of the State Council. It might be the case that they are required by different ministries, but anyway, the results are on the web. Can you send the link again for Zarin? Yes. So obviously, and this is done with a high quality of English at the output. So it must be the case that maybe there is a first draft, but in any case, there is a path involving professional translators. That is an activity which produces the text in English for a variety of texts. Can you send the link again?
Yes, I'm
On the discussion
searching.
on the. Okay.
Yes, a few minutes.
I'm actually referring to slide. Which slide was it, Yakong?
Applications. Application 3. Okay, maybe I share it so that you can see. Oh, yeah, this one.
Yeah.
ASEAN law.
No, ASEAN law. The Thai one. Before this.
Yeah, here
Before
is this.
This one.
This is parliament debate, different project. These are the two different projects. One to record now the parliament debate. The other
This
one
was what I was asking about. The Matthew is the one after this is Malaysian, isn't it?
No, actually, we discarded this. The debates of parliament, etc. This is done in Japan. It is with a Julius system, and there is no need now. What they do is simply they transcribe the speech in Thai. They don't need to have the debates in Thai in Thailand, in English in Thailand for parliament. This is not a real need. But for law, that's different. This is a law that has to be understood by other partners of ASEAN. And on the other slide, go back one slide. Okay. No, the one on which we see the parliament. Okay, the other one where we see the web page of the council with some translations. There is one we saw. Maybe can you go through the slides? I saw it 1 minute ago. Okay, this one. No, go back.
Wait.
This
No,
one.
No, before. No. After yeah. But this is this
one,
is Malaysian.
This one here, I think it's the translation of where you can get the English translations of bills, etc. Is it the case? This one?
The bills was the one before. That one.
It's too small for me to read.
Okay.
The web page. So V sent us a link. Just
okay, that one. No, I didn't have the web page. That one is the okay. You send to.
No, it's in the chat.
I will send to you directly again.
No, it's in the chat.
Put it on the chat window.
It's already in the chat.
This one.
Well, this one, voilà, celle-là.
Okay.
Ok. So Zarine, tu vois, c'est ça qu'ils produisent au States.
Je vois rien là.
Maybe enlarge.
Okay.
And if you send us the link, we can open this in our window.
Inside the chat, the Zoom chat window, you click on it, you will open.
Okay. Yeah, Kritika, go Thailand, etc. Okay. Right, it takes some time.
No, I got it. The act authorizing the way Navy for whatever.
Now click on the PDF on the PDF icon on the right.
First one. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is distributed by the Council of State. And you have quite a lot of them. So they are documents, if you read, they are in excellent English and seem to be very good translation, professional translation. Not translations produced by members of parliament who mainly don't speak English to that level.
Spirit concept.
Okay.
See at the end what?
And you have the
After
disclaimer.
sign.
Tu vois,
Prime
Zarin,
Minister.
Oui, oui.
this I think could be the aim, build a translation accelerator for that kind of text or those texts. And we should do that by first taking direct contact actually, with the people doing that, not with the members very, very high above, because they will not understand the idea. But the translators understand very well that automation can make their work a lot faster. Remember, that was the way the Meteo system came to exist, because the junior translators who were in charge of translating the bulletins came to Tom asking for some help, because it was so damn tiring and difficult at the same time, and time consuming, etc., that they wondered whether the group in machine translation could help them. And that is the first story of machine translation, followed by post-editing, to get excellent translation. And after 10 years of development, and the system ran for 30 years, they would translate in 1 minute. In 4 minutes, you got a bulletin from Winnipeg to Ottawa, Ottawa, yes, and back, with 1 minute of post-editing only. During which they simply checked most of the time. They almost never changed anything. But this very sensible kind of information about weather forecast. So anyway, they had to sanction the output. Okay, because it was official translation actually. So this is the one thing. Debates of parliament, I mean, there is no, as far as Ashar Hassani has said, there is no grant to do that. And again, the first thing to do is help transcribers. How do they say in English? Transcriptors. What is the name?
Transcribing.
Type.
Transcribing.
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, anyway, to get the debates in written form. Okay. But this is a separate kind of activity. In Japan, it is used routinely since about 10 years or maybe a bit more, with the Julius system by Kawahara, Professor Kawahara of Kyoto University.
Okay. Sorry, I have to leave now. Got to go to MMU.
Well,
Right, I catch you next time.
Okay.
to MMU again, Zarine. On se parlera.
No, they have this tonight. The chancellor, ex-chancellor, is playing the violin with an orchestra of 90 students,
Okay.
and she insists that I be there.
Okay, of course. Okay,
I got to
Zarine.
go find my
Okay,
lounge suit and all that. Okay, I'll see you.
Okay. Thank
Okay,
you.
bye.
Bye. See you.
So what I think is to do is to try to find that you are the only one, I think, who can find one or two persons who are actually producing those translations. It is, I think it is written somewhere by the name of the person who translated, no?
No.
Mm.
Last time I asked my friend, the original translation was from a ministry, and they sent to Council of the State to review.
Yeah, but Council of State will review this we have here, which is almost perfect. Or you tell me that there are people who review for the Council of State. They do post-editing, they do revision is called for. Well, in that case, you get first the translation done by some ministry and then post-edit at the level of the Council of State.
Yes, exactly.
So what we are looking for are those people who produce the first draft and also those who review. We should have at least one or two of each kind to see. You see, it's translated by Mr. Topong Smithy under contract of the council. So it is not, as I repeat, not translated by the ministries. The ministries ask the Council of State, the office of the Council of State, to find translators to do the translation. So this is Mr. Topong Smithy, for instance, is a professional translator. And we should actually find such a person. Maybe it's done for each of them. I don't know. Let me see.
Okay, I'll try to contact them.
You see for the second one, translated by Mrs. Viv Padboon, Klaus Huntorn, under contract, etc. So these are the translators that might be quite interested by that. If they are all in the same office or not, I think not. Yeah, they are probably independent translators under contract from the office of the Council of State, so they can be equipped with this environment, with first step in MT and post-editing, just to accelerate their work, exactly like has been done since 85, okay, at the Pan American Health Organization, or like has been done since 2012 in Geneva at the UN. This is, first of all, we have to know about them and ascertain that they would be open to such help, because maybe they totally ignore that it can be done.
I saw her profile.
Yeah.
Did you see the chat? She worked at Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
Okay, so but this is a private contract.
Okay.
She has from the ministry. So I don't know. Maybe each ministry has a few in-house translators. I mean, you should analyze the situation and begin to get into contact with 2 or 3 of them, so that they explain to you about their work, and you can explain to them what could be done by using first by letting a machine translation system do the first draft and see what happens. If they are totally against that idea, then too bad. But most probably, if you cite examples like those translators at United Nations in Geneva, which is the most actual one, they might be interested. And then they would make efforts to get funding, whatever, so that you can put in place some first level. You could also ask Bruno Pouliken, how to mimic what he has done in the Thai context. This idea to contact Bruno Pouliken might be a good one for you, Nyakon.
Yeah, to see what are the existing system running.
Yeah. Maybe I sent you all my notes, but they are in French, but about the
No
presentation.
problem. I can translate using the Google Translate.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Yeah.
Let me see. And then I would like to go. Attends, où est-ce que c'est les notes diverses? Ah, zut. Okay, would you like a PDF? Or PDF or Word? Send you Word is maybe better, huh? Okay. Well, I sent to everybody. Okay. And maybe take also. Okay. It is very small, so I send a PDF and a doc. I sent it, but I don't hear the.
Not received so far.
Okay, now it has left.
Okay, got it.
Okay. So you can see you have the word to try to get it translated.
Okay, this one.
Where am I? Just. Okay. Okay. Now I have the screen again. Yes. So I think I put some.
Repo.
Yeah. And he described how he had constructed his system, etc. The latest one.
This is strategy and make the project successful now. Hey, English. This is English.
Maybe I put it some. I don't remember what. Yes.
Coppers.
I may have put some links, but you can find them on his page as well. So anyway, the guy knows how to build such accelerators of translation and install them with the cooperation, even on demand by the translators. That is what is crucial. If you want to impose them something like that, it's just doomed to failure. But if they realize that it might really help them, and there are many examples now, then they will probably become active active also to find some grants or whatever to if there is something to be done that requires some technical work, some whatever. Okay, I think I have to go as well because I have to go down to my town, and it is 2 minutes anyway.
Yeah,
I have 2 minutes left. Okay.
So what are the next steps?
Okay, I will quickly go through the Professor Xi's website and try to identify those two which can be used. And I will send out the slide and I will reply to Professor Xi and try to look into how the current system he has can be can be used. And
I mean,
we'll see how
this is the second.
Okay.
I think you and V should perhaps, because V can contact some of those translators. They are indicated in the documents to organize a Zoom meeting with one or two of them and show you what could be done and get the advice.
Yeah.
Do you have the Thai version of the law just now? Just now it's English. You have the Thai?
Yes,
it is on the website. It is also in Thai.
The same website.
Same website, huh? Okay, that actually can serve as a very good parallel text to start on.
Yeah.
And then we can also take some of the text to do the translation testing and see how is the result compared to their translation.
Okay, allez, à bientôt.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Next Saturday?
Yes, next Saturday.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Merci.
Thank
Au
you,
revoir.
everybody.
Bonne journée.
Bonne journée.